The United Nations Special Envoy to Syria warned today 3 million civilians could be at risk if the Assad regime launches a large-scale invasion against rebels in Idlib province. Violence can happen at a moment's notice in Syria, but 2 Americans have designed a way to warn civilians there before an airstrike. Here's Holly Williams.
John Yeager and Dave Levine grew up in Chicago and Dallas. They worked high-flying jobs in finance and consulting. But now they've become unlikely heroes in Syria's 7-year-long civil war, where they've saved lives, perhaps thousands of them.
These are preventable deaths, and that's why we do what we do.
Back in 2012, John had taken a job with the State Department, deployed to Turkey to help Syrians displaced by the civil war. But as he watched the carnage from the sidelines, he grew frustrated.
The idea was essentially to tell people before an airstrike could reach them so that they could take mitigating action and save their lives.
The idea was that simple. As the Syrian regime indiscriminately bombed civilians, John and Dave wanted to warn people that warplanes were on the way so they could take cover in shelters and basements. There were already dozens of Syrians who were spotting jets and helicopters and putting out alerts over walkie-talkies. John and Dave recruited them and asked them to send their reports by phone message, combining that with their system that uses artificial intelligence, including data on aircraft speeds, weather and social media posts.
And then that immediately feeds back into the algorithm to predict where planes are going to go.
Their computer-generated alerts now reach more than 2 million Syrians, they believe, via warnings on smartphones.
It looks like the last warning was just 6 minutes ago.
And air raid sirens connected to their system. In the battle for Syria's last major rebel stronghold, it will give civilians a chance of survival. But John and Dave say the true heroes of this story are people like Abdul Razak, one of their plane spotters and a former elementary school teacher.
I feel with happiness when I save a soul of civilians, or of a child, of a woman.
This is the most important thing that I've ever done in my life, and I think John would say the same.
And as civilians brace for attack in Idlib province, it could be the thing that saves many of their lives. Holly Williams, CBS News in Turkey.